Let's fight, folks. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Let's fight. Believe it or not, it is Tuesday. Already the 4th day of June. It's running by so fast. Welcome in the ring. Let's fight. We got a lot to discuss this evening, guys. Got a lot to tell you. We're happy that you folks are here with us. We're happy that you guys are here. We're going to share the live just like you. Just like you. We're going to smash that emoji button too, folks. We're going to make sure that as many persons as we can get the valid and credible information. Good to have each and every one of you folks in the ring. In the ring. June Griffith, we see you there. Sandra Ford, how are you doing? Good to see you, Sandra. Everil Small, how are you doing, Everil? And all the other beautiful folks like Pamela Sanchari, Cheryl Haywood, Glenn joining us. Good to have all of you here with us, folks. It's pace and it's power and pace. Sharon McPherson, I see you there. Carl Hudson, I see you there as well. Good to have each and every one of you. Wonderful folks on the live tonight. On the live. As we get started, we're just happy that you folks are here with us. Ring that bell for all of you who are now joining us, all of you now coming in. Rock and come in at home and abroad. Happy to have all of you with us. At home, foreign and domestic. We're really happy that you guys are here with us. Yet another evening. It's Tuesday. It's early in the week. Tomorrow we head to midweek. You know, Chanel Smith Daniels is here. Good to have you, Chanel. And all the other folks joining us this evening rather, all the folks joining us this evening. At Chanel's end, there was a press conference quite recently, and Marvin Williams says, it's the PPP interference that causing a lot of problem in this place. It's the PPP interference, especially in our indigenous communities, that's causing a lot of problems. That's what Marvin Williams from Chanel Daniels end said quite recently. And that's the opener tonight as we begin. Good folks, welcome. We're happy to have all of you here with us. Take a look and take a listen to what Marvin Williams told us recently. Take a look and take a listen. Good to have all of you here with us tonight. Good folks.
Advocate Marvin Williams has said that the government continues to disrespect the indigenous people of Region 1.
Mr. Irfan Ali, according to that Tabuk News editorial, went into certain villages in Region 1 and made it clear that he's going to do some land development for the farmers. He has spoken with no farmers. None of his officers have spoken with any farmers. There's been no consultation with any community, no inquiry as to what the traditional crops were, no inquiry as to what the desire of the people in terms of crops and in terms of development. Nothing at all. He just walks in and says, I'm going to be developing some lands. I'm going to be empoldering some lands, and you'll be planting this. You'll be planting that. You'll be planting that.
According to Williams, the president told the people that he would provide the seeds and that he would dictate the volume of production. He queried whether President Ali would adopt the same attitude in a rice farming community.
Any development in any indigenous village in this country should start from a consultative point. Engage the residents, share with them your ideas that you have if you must, but listen to the people, understand what their preferences are, respect their choices.
He said that if the people turned their backs on the imposed development, then billions of dollars would go down the drain.
You will never go to a coastal community and direct people, dictate to people what they must plant. You will never do that. Please do not do that with indigenous communities and indigenous peoples of this country.
Williams also addressed the flooding in various parts of the country.
And one of the most startling comments came from someone who said that if the people of the Rupununi maintain their drains and clean their drains, there'll be no flooding. I'm in sympathy with people when they lack knowledge of a particular issue. But when you do, my brothers and sisters, ask questions. We will provide answers.
He said that because of the flood waters in Region 9, the people are suffering. In parts, roads have been washed away. He said that no amount of rain cleaning would have averted the disaster.
What is required here is an elevation of the level of the road using the oil revenues that we have. These roads need to be elevated by at least 5 feet, and there need to be culverts, water conduits passing beneath the surface of the road to allow the water to freely pass from one side of the road to the other in the savannah area without washing away the surface of that roadway.
In places, the flow of water was blocked.
The rains came and the river reclaimed its natural path. And that is the result that you have. This is not about the absence of money or the paucity of resources. In 2023, Guyana's capital budget was 387.8 billion Guyana dollars. It was exactly 50% or half of our national budget. From what we are seeing in these images, it is clear that no money was spent on maintenance of this corridor.
Yep. You heard what Marvin said there. It is not about the lack of money or the paucity of resources. It's not about that. You know what it's about? It's the lack of leadership we have. Them boys, know one thing what they're doing. That is the trouble that we have. Absolute lack of leadership on these issues. The rain come and catch them by surprise. The May, June rains yet again. Yet another year. And that was the opener, folks. Let's turn our attention to some of the things we're following around the region. Look, this one here. Very recently, there was a leaked document out of CXC. A leaked document out of CXC, the Caribbean Examination Council, that it was about to suspend some subjects. Didn't give too many reasons why it had taken this course, but CXC had come out later on to affirm that yes, the document was authentic, and that these subjects were going to be suspended. 4 subjects, as a matter of fact: agriculture science, mechanical engineering, mechanical engineering technology, green engineering, and electrical and electronic engineering at the Cape level. And now CXC, for the soap opera it's becoming, has made an about turn and decided not to suspend those subjects anymore. I think like CXC was doing a dry run. That's my own personal opinion. Like CXC put out this leaked own document to kind of gauge what stakeholders in education, how they would have responded. And now that they get some lashes pelting all over them, this is what we're seeing, kind of walking back that release. They were about to send that press statement out when it was leaked. CXC becoming a slight soap opera. Leak papers, leak this. Their own correspondences now being leaked. What do you think, Carlton? CXC, behave yourself. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Behave yourself. Please and thank you. As we started there with Marvin Williams from Channel's End, talking about the flooding in the hinterland, Sheila Boy Child is not only there, It's not only there, it's happening in other places, other parts of this country. You step out your house, right? You're going to wake up in water. How many subjects you write at CXC? How many subjects did you write at CXC? Yeah. Do we have any water subjects? Water science subjects? Do we have any water science subjects? Folks, here's the Mayor of Linden. Apologies here. Pull that back. Pull it back. Darren Adams, we chatted with him recently on this very issue. And he was part of a press conference recently on the same subject matter. And he has some qualms about government neglect negligence, incompetence on behalf of this administration. Here's some of what Darren Adams, the chairman of Region 10, said quite recently. Take a look, good folks, and take a listen.
Region 10 Chairman Darren Adams contends that the government has refused to undertake developmental projects in Region 10. He said that this neglect has been going on for the past 4 years.
I dare any of the officials in the government side, and I pose the question to them, to list one transformational capital project that this government has executed or initiated or conceptualized during its tenure for the people of Region 10, and you will have none. All of the projects that are being delivered or continued is what was started under the former government.
He identified the projects that were started during the tenure of the previous administration.
The Linden to Mabura Road, they attempted to remove it. Of course, the UK government told them that if they only do that, they will not be leaving the 55 million sterling pounds with them. For 23 years, a lot of people oftentimes forget that the People's Progressive Party didn't just come to government in 2020. They served for 23 years. There wasn't, they rejected any attempt for those transformational projects to come to Linden.
Adams said that the government refused to pursue a robust agricultural program in Region 10.
We would have started a $300 million road from Millie's out at Linden to the Berbice River, so farmers can begin to bring out their produce. I went there, I saw watermelon, I saw belange, peppers, you name it, Edos, spoiling in the Berbice River. All that is needed is for that project to be continued that was started under the David Granger administration. They have refused.
The Linden Enterprise Network is another case in point. It holds some $300 million, but the government has refused to reconstitute the board of directors.
An agro-processing plant that they claim they built at the Watuka area, they placed 2 household blenders in the facility, so nobody can use it. If you check the People's Progressive Party manifesto in the 2020 election, you will see no mention of the bridge across the Demerara River at Linden, bridge in Wisma and Mackenzie. But if you check the coalition manifesto, you will see it listed there.
Linden continues to face discrimination from the government, according to Adams.
We thought that at least he knows me. He could have reached out. And yet he came to Linden and announced boldly. He said that they get money. Money is not a problem. They get money. The Disaster Preparedness Committee, I think, received, Ganesh Manipur said $7 billion. $1 billion in 2021 went, I think it was to Region 6 when they had the flood. Don't come and tell the people of Linden that you're going to just get them a bottle of bleach and a black bucket with a black bag with a soap out inside and expect them to stay quiet.
Yeah. 5,000 in a box of cook-up. Don't forget it, Darren. A black bag with little soap powder. A black bag with little bleach. 5,000 and a box of cook-up. That's how we can do it. But y'all know once we come in at 592. You don't want it to be so, but it is what it is. Once we come 592, Wilson, Wilma Grant, Debbie Hohen Kirk, Roxanne Garraway, Zoan Stewart, Wilma Garnett. Good to have you here. Eva Mattis, the whole Garnett family here tonight. Gwen Anderson, good to have you. Emerson Holder. Is it Emerson Holder or calling people the whole own story here now? Leslie Hamilton, good to have you on the live. Beatrice Selby, good to have you on the live too. Beatrice says, speak the things. Brother Adam, speak the things. My Lord. Y'all think it's easy in this place? Well, it is not, because once you come in the 592, see story? Hinterland flood, Linden flood. And it's not the flooding as it is the response. The very poor response, as though this weather just come out of nowhere. They didn't even see this coming. They didn't even know this was coming. Jagabats. They didn't even see it coming. Let's touch on a couple of things. Pace and power. You know, some good things happening. We want to tell you. pace and power. Digicel says that it has landed their subsea fiber cable. It is now active. You know, whenever I hear about fiber optic cable, I get very worried. It's my lived experience. When you hear fiber and cable and so on, in the same sentence, Beryl and Sparkle Gonzalez, Gwen Anderson, Nicola Duncan Gilbert, you get spot your Nicola. Congrats to you. Duncan's all the way. I get worried. I start thinking, but who was the Ramatar boy? Former President Donald Ramatar, son of the fiber optic and the PPP. 6 billion down the drain. They want to come and lecture us about stewardship and good governance, as though democracy in this country, or this country's in entirety, started in 2015. It's not like they've been at the wheels of how much years now? 27? 27? So, with this landing of this fiber optic cable, subsea fiber cable, let me take out the optic. Subsea fiber cable, we're expecting some upping of the service of GT of Digicel. You know, I think that's what they're aiming at. The blue one is the subsea fiber cable. And they said this investment, according to Digicel, is going to boost connectivity. I hope so. Across the Caribbean. You know, it frets me. You go to some place in this country and your signals start dropping. You go along a little hill, you can't get certain. Come on, GT&T. This investment that Digicel has made here in this subsea fiber cable, no optic, going to boost productivity across the Caribbean, South America, they say, French Guyana, Suriname, Guyana, and Trinidad and Tobago. It's a big investment. Big investment. They said, hold a second. They said this advanced fiber cable network will provide uninterrupted communication. I hope it's not like the power boat. That kind of uninterrupted power, uninterrupted communication, and real-time data transmission. Somebody said 5G. Is it 5G? Is 4G? No G? We expecting a up in. When you got a big fancy name like this, subsea fiber cable, active, and so on. You better send powers, as we say in the vernacular. You better be same powers. Please and thank you. And don't come wrong with funny. Don't come wrong with funny. But big kudos to Digicel for going in this direction. You know, as people up the game, the people benefit. Unlike the government, the people benefit. So congrats to Digicel for landing that subsea fiber cable. But y'all know this already. We're just reinforcing things. What y'all doing? How y'all doing tonight? I'm just kind of reinforcing things. Sharon Mercurius, Rosetta Barton, Wicked, and Dirty, Sherlyn Juicy Tendry, Desiree Thomas, Angela Jordan, Bantu Kings, Sudhari, Magarel, Seville. All our favorite folks on with us this evening. We're going to do about 45 minutes of our broadcast tonight. Then we're heading off to another assignment. Devon Rong got some comments there for Digicel. Bantu King got some comments there for GT&T. Kim Walker, Enid, Wendy, Onika, Cyclone Earl, Roxanne Garraway, all our favorite folks with us this evening. The Wicked. You all know they're dragging out the teachers. They're now telling us that the strike is still on, believe it or not. And that the union, the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Labor, they're going to be resuming meeting next week. How long we had this thing? Oh, it's such a shame on the government. It's such a shame on the installed regime. How long? I think they put it at June 10th. All right. They're going to be meeting on June 10th to resume discussions You know they don't want to move an inch, Alexis Douglas. Russ Ricardo, going to see on the live. You don't know they don't want to budge. Monday, June 10th. This is going to mark country report. Listen to this. 62 days, Sparkle Gonzalez. Slippers on the ground. 62 days. Pace and power. Respect and manners. 62 days. And all that time, they can hammer out an agreement that our teachers can get a little more freck on the salary, a little more nice time. We don't want nice time. Let the Sri Lankans come and we pay them through our teeth. Anybody else could come, but we always ill treat our own. The good book was right. A prophet, a nurse, never accepted in our own hometown. We can bring people from all over, celebrate them, treat them right. But we own that we see every day. Is them we disrespecting? Well, it's time that disrespect finish. It's time this disrespect finish. I don't think anybody optimistic where these stocks are going to go. Because this government is so callous and heartless and bestial. Them is beasts. Ain't nobody optimistic that it's going to go any place. But we watching. 10th of June, the discussions continue between the Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Education, and the Guyana Teachers Union. That's what's going down. Once we come in the 592, you got folks like Jagdi and them for deal with. Better put them. Flush them out, man. You got an election to win. Flush them out. Flush them out. So let them enjoy it while it's good. Let them enjoy it for the last. We're following. We're following. Flush them out. Good to have all of you guys here on with us. Well, look, story here now. Look, story here now. Yeah. You think them boys easy? The Jagabats and the Trapos, the Tadpoles. You think the easy? Well, let me tell you. They're not. A lot of big ones in this country doing a lot of nonsense, you know. And the small man always getting the bad name. Always. Now, if you follow what happened in the National Assembly with any interest, follow nationally what happens in this country. You know, gold declarations down. Since these boys come in, or these people, everything down, Kwame down, Anil down, everything down. Nothing won't come up in this country. The only thing up is cost of living. High, sky high, and deadly. Sky high and deadly. People are always trying to cut in the queue, get ahead by whatever means necessary. Look, story here now. They're telling us a quantity of gold was seized at the Cherry Dragon International Airport today, if not in the last 24 hours. 240 ounces of gold. You're trying to change the system, you know. You think it's any small man from Sophia? You think it's any small man from Lambert Street? Or Tiger Bay? 260 ounces of gold. This guy's as silver-plated jewelry, they tell us. Here's the street value. A bracelet over? Some of you know this business more than I do. Here what the reports say is the street value. 560,000 US dollars. And then men want to pay tax. Wallet, Kai, Siobhan, Irvin Don. That's not no little fish. No little fish and trying to move 260 ounces of gold through Cherry Dragon. You think little fish got that kind of money? 560,000 US dollars? Folks, somebody do the calculation. It's how much the one now? It's 230. It's 250. 560,000 by two. Let's say 215. The house is a small man in the clearing. But it's the big fishes, the intellectual authors. It's them we got to worry about. Leslie Hamilton said, there's a big dirty fish. That's the Leslie say. It's a big dirty fish. And the small ones, the small man getting the blame. 215 to 1. Leslie changed recently, Leslie Hamilton. She says 215 to 1. Somebody do the maths so quick. We mathsin. Do the math for us quick. That's the small man. That's big fish. Cecil Chipper, Calvin, Urban Don, Dolly Anderson, Mr. Simpson, big fish. Kim Batson said, that's a big fish. Kel Bino said, that fish rotting from the head. True story there. 260 ounces. They carried it off with. Cherry Jeffrey says she wanted if it's Sue Gold. If it's Sue Gold, a little simple. Perhaps. Remember, Sue gets all the supports. A man handling things on the government side. We don't know because the name of the person or persons now is not disclosed. At least I didn't see it. Kamora McIntosh. Now I didn't see it, Kamora. You saw it. Heaven Faith said Sue brother Owen. Now, Lex Barker. Lex might be telling Paul Kaituma, but Lex got out the calculator. And Lex says this is 120,400,000 Guyana dollars. 100. That's not a little fish. I know if Lex got the kind of money put up. And that's big fishes. That's a big fish pond. 260,000. Sorry, 260 ounces. 560,000 US street value. And Lex Barker for the win tonight out of Port Kaituma, Lex and team. Busy with the calculators. You see, bread by Lex them is $1,000, you know. How much a tray eggs, Lex? How much a bottle of cooking gas in Port Kaituma? You gotta get your calculator hand quick. A loaf of bread in Port Kaituma is about $1,200. Lex says this is 120,400,000 Guyana dollars. It's plenty of money. Big fishes. Some people in governmental could have hair fingered. What's happened to this gold though? Let's put out the thing and say people who are missing gold, what new, Rock and copy. Bring your ID. Then put out the name. If I trying to pass a scissors, who CGIA, unauthorized. Give me big in quantity tomorrow. How they hold people for smuggling gold? People smuggle just about anything now, you know. Just about anything. Marlon Thomas, you try to stand up one place too long in this country. They smuggle you. Plus Bantu King, plus Donna Joseph, plus Donna Miller, plus Dolly Anderson. Smuggle all of you. You stand up too long. This is the country we live in. And we've heard every budget for the last 3 years. Gold declarations down. What it really mean is smuggle people smuggle. You think it's the first time these people smuggling gold through Cherry Jagger? Yeah? Something in part right. Somebody say I can make y'all an example, you know. June Thomas, Hilkin. I can make y'all an example, you know. Squealing everybody. Animal farm we're living on. 120,400,000. A little fish can carry out 400,000. Little fish. Carry a little 400,000. Smuggled out. Get some carp foot, false bottom shoe, all kind of thing. Hole in the teeth and all. Go out. Now these boys, that's big time business, folks. Big time business. show you a lot of things start. We don't have to get a shot to show you how it's going. How it's going. Remember we told about that accident in Region 6 quite recently. The driver lost control of a van. And that was it, you know. That was it. They're telling us now that accident that claimed the life of Dionarine Budram, a 17-year-old unlicensed driver, was at the wheel. 17-year-old unlicensed. And that since that time, she has been arrested. That's how it's going. Exercise every caution. Whether you're in Port Kaituma, you're in Letem, wherever you are in this country, in the national capital city of Georgetown, exercise every caution. All 2,600, 2,700 of you watching us on the roadways in this country. Guyana has some of the most, if not the most, deadly roadway in the world. In the world. You in your veranda, can't come to meet you. You're in your house, can't come to meet you. You're in a trench, catch a little fish. They're following you. And they promised us a national conversation, implement measures to mitigate, eliminate this carnage on our roads and our waterways. It's your vehicle, though. A 17-year-old, old, big fancy SUV is your vehicle. 17-year-old. And here now. Look, sorry, can boss. No. If you know it's your vehicle, tell me. Because it's in this 17-year-old is a cashier. I know in other countries you could have a cashier driving a high-end vehicle because that's the common fare. You got a little job and you could pay a little $20 every month. You could drive wherever you want to drive. That's in other places. But here, you won't find no cashier driving a high-end SUV. Unless that's the owner, the proprietor of the business who managed the cashier chair. Who's cashing the items? 17-year-old cashier driving a big vehicle. Whose vehicle is that? People who own vehicles like that, they ain't go business fetching out 260 ounces. Right? I ain't say illegally, but you gotta get something for big vehicles like that. And then dropping out the sky now. Now that's how nice time in this country be. 17-year-old, they apprehended her. We have no other vehicle. You see. And I think people know, but maybe some high ups. 17-year-old lost control of that vehicle. The rest is history. We now know that Dionarine Budram lost his life as a result. 29-year-old. And all Budram was doing was just walking. Heading home, you know. Walking in the car now. They said Budram's body was flung into a nearby bush shed. And the driver, the 17-year-old, fled the scene. Not offense. Fled the scene. Here Budram's sister, Nandrani, by chance said, she said, I want justice for my brother. I ain't giving in. I want justice. You know somebody's come quick and say, let me settle this matter. Nandrani, let me settle this matter. Your brother done dead. That's how the hard-hearted and callous. I ain't said these people do it, but that's how this come. That's how this come. Couple years ago, good. On the railway line, on the parapet. I didn't know that's happening, get knocked upside down. By a bus. I think that road out there easy. Bus driver run out. Like this. Let me settle this matter. Let me settle it. There's no country on earth like the one we inhabit here, like the one we live in. Let me settle it. Then they gone on with their life. You got a life of pain. Where are you? We wish the Budram family well. They're in our thoughts and prayers. I don't know this 17-year-old, nor the businessman who owned the van. But I say let justice prevail. That's all. You know in some countries the only the van get charged to vehicle manslaughter and all that. I say let justice prevail. That's all I said. Let justice prevail. But look, story here now. Because I think they put us up as the status for our program tonight. Crime in Guyana. 2,800 people watching us, and we're going to hit 3,000 before we come off this broadcast. Might go as high as 3,500 people. Folks, you all know November going to be 4 years we out here. And every night, thousands of you tune in to hear us, to see what's happening in the country, to get a snapshot of what the day was like. But crime on the surge, folks. Crime continues to spiral. Unabated. You know why? Because Robeson, lethargic Robeson, asleep at the wheels. I can tell you all, if you stand with gun this too long, they smuggle you and gone. Smuggle you and gone. Traffic you, smuggle you, and gone. Robeson. Robeson fit for purpose. Look story here now. A minibus driver, Charan Ragubir, shot and robbed. Ragubir is of Adventurous Equipment was there over the weekend. He was robbed on Monday night. You see them chain he got on? It wasn't he owned. The people come back fit. That's what he did not know. The thing was not his. On this animal farm. He was just holding it for them boys. And them boys come back for the thing. And so Charan was shot and robbed Monday night of a 2 gold chain and a gold ring. Folks, any given day you can see what 50, 60 police surrounding the fund. Every step they could choreograph. 100 vehicles. You can't get between 2 corners before somebody comes with a siren trying to push you off the road. The mail gets siren. The dog, the cat, the sweet woman, the side check, the main squeeze, the sweet man. Everybody. If you see police vehicle in the front entourage, you got a police station now, you report, you get shot. Then boys come back for the 2 gold chain and the ring. Then boys say, we ain't a vehicle. We don't have a vehicle. It's what they will tell you. The gentleman was at his residence, Mr. Ragubir, having just returned from a funeral. And what Charan didn't know is that he almost followed the person he just went and buried. Just come home from a funeral, you know. 900 of you watching us and closing in on 3,000. 2,900 rather. 2,900. I'm going to take a snapshot, post it. So a lot of people now watch us on YouTube, you know. Some people watch on Facebook and say, your number's gone down. You try it down. You try with that one. At the back end, we can see the summation, 2,900 and closing on 3,000. Watching us on a Tuesday night. Just land back from a funeral. Probably fresh with the dead man and dead woman perfume. It's wrapped in around the man, you know. They even know what harm they put in their own self in. They gone now trying to sell the chain thing, whisper in their ears. The hands start rattling. They don't even know what your hand come home with. But they gone robbing any house, you know. Where Robeson? Where Robeson? They said the assailant approached Ragubir, fired 3 shots, hitting him in the foot and escaping with his valuables. That's the country. And in the manifesto, they often talk about, they say they already fulfill the manifesto. But the crime prevention plan, we're still looking for it. Police said they recovered a 9 mm spent shell in Mr. Ragabeer's yard. Yeah. Crime, folks. A blame on family. This is within 24 hours, you know. West Bank babies. Last evening in their home, attacked and robbed by 5 men. Sharon Ragabeer had one assailant. This family now, under attack. 5 men. Pounce on them. What I say? It boggles the mind. How come these things don't come out at the Jaguar press conference? That you got a fascination with Mr. Aubrey Norton. That's all he wants to talk about. Norton, what Norton do? What Norton wear? What Norton say? If Norton could dance, what Norton eat? And you and I, our lives are at risk. 5 men attacked this family, armed with guns, the report says. The family operates a general store from their home. They were robbed over 3 million in cash, jewelry, and electronics. That's what they said. The perpetrators rushed onto the premises, began to attack the family, ransacked the family home, and made good their escape. Yep. Just another day out here. And then hear from them going to come tomorrow with a headline that talks about transformational developments taking over, happening in this country. Transformational, they can come and tell you. Like you don't know transformation when you see it. It's how this country is changing for the negative. Those are the kinds of transformations that we see and we don't like. You don't come around with it. We don't like it. Transformation. Pack of nonsense, if you ask me. That's impressed with these families having to go through these horrors. Horrors, I tell you. Crime surge, crime escalating, supermarkets being robbed. You got a little corner shop, them boys coming for you. But you're safe in this country, Jagdeo. Orphan Alley. Where are the people in this country of ours? Where are they safe? Don't come around with funny, trying to pull wool over your eye. Everything's so nice and dandy. How come people not living better? How come? How come people not living better? More comfortable? You got your two things. People coming after you. You got your two Adam and Eves, as we say colloquially and in the vernacular in this country. And people come looking for you. You think it's easy? It is not. It is not. That's what I want to tell you. It's not. Some people doing the most though. Like Priya. Doing the most. Look what happened here now. People try to smuggle out 206 ounces of gold. And all the man want to do in life is smuggling. Adrian Braffett. A cell phone. Folks, you know the economy, I'm told, in the prison would rival the economy outside. This cell phone might be worth more than the 260 ounces of gold. on the black market in the prisons. This cell phone. You think the bread in Port Khartoum is expensive at $1,000, $1,200? A phone call in prison. It's like you're buying a whole new cell phone. Whole new set. Why do you think some of them boys want to go back in? Outside, hard. Inside them boys could be kings. Could become millionaires. Turn over money quick. Like that. But Braffett, Adrian Braffett, he was trying to smuggle a cell phone into a female. I don't know if the man don't want the calls be interrupted or what, but this is what's at the Mary prison. Trying to smuggle this device in there. He was promptly arrested, they tell us, for attempting to smuggle a phone concealed in a powder container into that Chumeri prison. That was what he was attempting to do. Well, he got another prison by himself now. It's two jailbirds in love, if that's how it's going. Two jailbirds in love. Yeah? What's love got to do with it, some of you say? Business before pleasure. Business before... What's love got to do with it? 3,100 of you tuned in. Dan says, big business in prison. Valerie Clark, he too bright. He too bright. Melanie Adams said, these phones still around. Melanie, that little mango pelter, in that setting, in that market, could be more expensive than an iPhone 15 Maxine Monroe or a Clark. That's just the reality. That's how them boys just come out a little bit, get a little fresh air and go back in. Out a little bit, grab a little fresh air and then they're gone. Oh, what are we going to do with gold? I'm happy that so many people want to advance themselves. I'm happy. But they got a lot of folks who are questioning the veracity, the accreditation of some of these degrees coming out of gold, Guyana online learning platform, something. Guyana Online Academy of Learning, something like that. Some of these degrees seem to be shorter than 2 years, shorter than 3 years. I'm happy for the people who put a faith in a system like that. Freeness is something else, eh? Freeness is something else. When you're getting things free, you can't pick and choose. The way if you were paying your hard-earned cash for it, you could make some demands. When people sign up, it's like Russian roulette. You just hoping the program complete. Some folks say they don't even get to sign up. They put you in some university, some class, and then you hear, oh, you're in the wrong place, you didn't register, or you're unregistered. It's a whole bunch of stuff. I had a graduation a couple of days, weeks ago. They said the certificate come now, but I got to collect it in another couple of weeks. Oh, I don't know why we just don't bring all of this stuff under the banner UG. And let UG rigorous system sort out the good from the bad from the ugly. Let us sort it out. You're going to try to start a whole university by yourself now. This government's upside down and back to front. Best wishes, though, to all the folks. Best wishes to you all. We know the whole thing. This animal farm we call Guyana. Life on this dam. We know the whole thing, folks. Whole thing. Not some. The whole thing. You remember a piece of time on the Lav Granger, cook-up economy, plant and chip economy. You know, this government is some real hypocrites. You know, this government is some real hypocrites, some crasses, some real crasses. They turn wrong. Same people ridiculed, vilified. Give another word. Give another synonym. Mr. Granger. Them same people turn wrong. Turn around is for good people. Same people turn wrong. And over the 40 million plant and chip factory. I know when they see Saldanza, what Saldanza doing. What's the other plant and chip? Quite a few local brands on the market. What's the capacity for plant and chip? They suddenly get excited. $40 million plant and chip factory in Leguan. Still unused. Another white elephant. It never see a power planting. I don't know if they realize now planting too expensive. They can't go down the way. But it's for me, is a hypocrisy. Right? Is a hypocrisy. And this plant chip factory we told is not of recent vintage. 4 years in, it's still inactive, still unused. And we point out a number of white elephants in Leguan when we visited recently. Wickenham as well. White elephants. Skeleton. This. Look what's happening on the roads out there. Anything working in this country? You've ever asked yourself the question? They laugh, Mr. Granger. Oh, it's cook-up economy. Same people now, reward of choice is 5,000 a box of cook-up. Oh, it's a plant and chip economy. And these folks were pushing the very enterprise. It's the hypocrisy for me. Folks, you gotta watch them, eh? You gotta watch them. Folks are telling us this evening at a place called Bucktown. Flooded. I didn't name it. And I hope they don't use the word as a pejorative. Bucktown. Flooded. Look at some of the folks pointed out. You see when you give friends, family, and so on projects to do, and you don't give it to the right and proper people, you have any problems, eh? The problems are Bucktown.
This is Bucktown. Anybody see this bus since yesterday? Last night. Well, this is the Bucktown we know about. Bucktown full up again. Big water. Bucktown overflowed bank. Big Daddy B. Is the work with them on. This hilltop water. Water's come far, you know. Water's water coming from far. Bust the road. Thick stone. All you see Bucktown water. Even to the lake. The big lake over there, the big lake all over tapping. Oh, so you get in Bucktown water and the lake water. Reasonable forces. So you have to create a little fall. Powerful. Powerful. There's the Bucktown that we know about. No water.
Wasn't Zulfikar Mustafa, the Minister of Agriculture, telling us that all is well with the flooding and so on and water going down? Wasn't Zulfikar Mustafa telling us that all is well, water going down? Before you go, let me give a little icing on the cake. Leader of the opposition, leader of the People's National Congress Reform, Mr. Aubrey Norton, was talking recently about their upcoming Congress. They're in the PNCR. The Alliance for Change has one coming up at the end of the month as well. But he says that the presidential candidate could be determined at this Congress coming up in the PNCR. Take a look and take a listen to what he said. Another closer.
Leader of the People's National Congress Reform, Aubrey Norton, has said that the party's presidential candidate would be determined by the upcoming Congress. He was on a podcast with Dr. David Hines.
Okay,
Robert Corbyn ran in 2006,
right.
and the party didn't do well. And Robert magnanimously said that, look, I'm not going to be the candidate in 2011. Those of us who supported Winston Murray, and I was a part of it, brought a motion to the General Council asking for there to be presidential primaries.
David Grange emerged out of those primaries. In 2015, he was the leader of the party, and thus he became the presidential candidate. Norton said that he would listen to the party at Congress.
I will not close the door to any candidate, but I wouldn't open the door to opportunism. I would have to be satisfied that it's a strong candidate who's prepared to face the challenges.
He said that post 2020, there were many people who were afraid to face the press. These people were afraid to accuse the PPP of rigging the elections.
And whoever I will think of accommodating has to satisfy me and my party that they will run the full course with us and not allow anyone to derail this great party.
One of the issues that the party finds critical is the clean voters list. There are people who are taking dead off the list in some areas.
Our major call is for biometrics, and we continue to press the international community on biometrics. We continue every Tuesday to protest at GCOM for biometrics because that is the option. I'm one who don't believe in boycotting an election and you let the government take everything. So you have two options: put mechanisms in place to curb it or ensure there are no elections.
Yeah. Run the full course. Finish the race. That's what we got to do. Keep the faith. Run the full course, Mr. Norton says. I add in the rest. Finish the race. And finish strong as well. Keep the faith. That's going to do it for us at this end, good folks. Thanks for joining a humble broadcast. 3,200 of you. Thank you guys so much. We're just about to hit the 1 hour mark. Thank you for joining us. That's our time. The light one. Jack Powers, Allen. Jack Powers, the Godfather Allen. Eva Mattis, Garnett, Melanie, and Jamal, and Enid, Rhonda, Patricia. Thanks for joining us. Leon Logan, Joylyn Cook. I see the light one got some harsh words there. I dare not repeat. Wilma Grant, Tessa Haywood. I heard you had some harsh words for me recently too. I saw that. I see you. Diane Graves, Andy, Veronica Primo Rollins, Enid, and all the Vashti, Jacqueline, Carolyn, Tessa. Good to have all of you. Elise, all of you on the live. That's our time, good folks. And that's our program. Stay well. We're going to see you guys on the next one. See you on the next one.